The 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Sprite.
We honor our nation's heroes on this Veterans Day and welcome you to NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Toronto Raptors at Air Canada Centre. For Toronto, the game tonight marks their second of 4 meetings they will play this season, and they come into this one feeling pretty good after winning the last time they met. You know, one of those guys whose game has really developed is Amir Johnson. One of the top defensive big men in the league. Doesn't block a whole lot of shots, but affects a lot of shots.
And not only that, Ernie, he battles for rebounds. He sets hard screens. He does all the little things. He's not just a lunch pail player. He can elevate and finish around the rim right on top of your head.
Time to get it out to Kevin Harlan. They're ready for the opening tip.
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Welcome to the Air Canada Centre, home of the Toronto Raptors, and a great venue for basketball. Looking at their performance last year, they're about where you'd expect them to be, guys. They'd like to take that next step in a positive direction here, Steve, with a win.
And they can get themselves into a great position in the season series by winning this game. They already won the first one. 2 more to go after this one. So they'd be assured of a split at the very least if they can get a W here.
And Steve, you figure if they win the first 2 games of the series, they're most likely going to do better than a split. I mean, they can take the first step toward that tonight.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. So on the floor for Orlando, Nicholson is the 4 with Vucevic at the 5. Fournier and Harris filling out the perimeter. And it's Ridnour in at the point guard. Vucevic with the bucket.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was. Vucevic is really a very capable mid-range jump shooter, but his post repertoire is still a work in progress, very much so. With his size and touch, you'd really like to see him develop that back-to-the-basket game.
Vucevic is screen on DeRozan. Ridnour kicks to Nicholson. That's good, and it's Ridnour picking up the assist.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
Here's Lowry. That one goes. Count. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Ridnour with it. Pass to Fournier. Shot clock at 6. Orlando needs to get off a shot. And Vucevic throws it down. None of the defenders wanted anything Clark to do with him on that jam.
And I do not blame him at all, partner. He was coming in with a bunch of steam and was ready to posterize whoever decided to get in his way.
All right, I understand, fellas, but come on. You've got to challenge him a little bit at least. Well, they're shooting 75% here early on, even with that miss.
Here's Rittenauer. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
4 or 5 to start the game. That's their first miss.
Rosen dishes to Valanciunas. Ross kicks to Johnson. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Well, you look at Amir Johnson's offensive game, certainly a fit for today's NBA. Not really a huge post-up game repertoire, but he gets off the floor, runs the court, finishes around the rim, and he's able to spread the floor because he's a good jump shooter.
Now here's Vucevic. He has 6. Another shot, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Vucevic has got 8.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
Well, for Amir Johnson, showing range out beyond the arc over the last couple of seasons, and we may see more of that as his career progresses.
Here's DeRozan. Orlando grabs the miss. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
Yeah, they gave away a lot of points at the free throw line in that game. Maybe it was being on the road, maybe they were just out of sync, but something had them rattled.
Steve, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but clearly the misses from the stripe had an impact.
Vucevic. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. 10 points for him. And Clark, Amir Johnson, an athletic dunker, but not a heat seeker. Not one to draw contact and get to the foul line.
No, if anything, he's more foul prone himself, Kevin. I mean, if he can flip that around, get that switch, I think that would be a huge step in progress for him.
Here's Rittenauer following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Rittenauer kicks to Nicholson. The feed to Fournier. With a floater, good! Fournier's got his first bucket of the night. Raptors trail by 3. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I caught up with head coach Jacques Vaughn, and he said a big factor in this game will be how well they're able to handle Kyle Lowry. He admitted being a fan of his game, saying he's a tough athletic guard who really competes. Defense, rebounding, attack the paint, he'll take it to you. We've got to be ready to match his motor and his aggressiveness. Kevin, are they up to it?
All right, Doris, thanks.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Can't connect from short range.
You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket, but not that time.
And the basket by Harris.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Yeah, the shots have been falling, that's for sure. The offense really in a good groove.
The Raptors making a switch here. Patterson's checked in. And now let's have a look at the teams that were last year's best from the free throw line. 5th, the Raptors.
I think free throw shooting can be contagious, and it seemed like everybody last season just had the hot hand.
Orlando leading by 5. It's been a while since the Raptors were legitimately viewed as a threat in the East, but last year they were one of the top teams.
Yeah, and that was in a year, Kevin, where everybody assumed one of the New York teams would win the Atlantic. The Raptors were able to secure that division, and they're going to be a team to be reckoned with going forward.
Lowry passes to Ross. Patterson dishes to Lowry. And he lays it straight in. Lowry's got his second bucket tonight.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Nicholson kicks it to Rittenauer. And there's the pass to Fournier. Good ball movement here by the Magic. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Rittenauer against Ross. Madison passes to DeRozan. Lowry drives in, and that one's good. Lowry's got 6. Orlando leading. Fournier dishes to Nicholson. And Fournier kicks to Ridnour. Out to the right wing. Clock at 6. Picked by Vucevic. Here's Fournier. No good. Nice D from DeRozan. For the Raptors, they come in off the loss to the Philadelphia 76ers.
And what stands out from that game, Clark, is that they let a lot of points slip through their fingers at the free throw line.
Yep, and I think some doubt started to creep in as well when they kept missing their foul shots. Guys seem to tighten up and start alligator arming those things.
Here are the Magic now, following Patrick Patterson's three-point attempt. Vucevic's screen on Lowry. Fournier for 3. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Back to Lowry. He dishes it to Patterson. Ross passes to Valanciunas. And good on the basket. Book it.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
A new group in now for the Raptors. Tyler Hansbrough's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Johnson comes in for Terrence Ross. Vasquez, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Now, here's Fry. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Nets in Brooklyn. Here's Harkless. And just miss after miss right now.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take. Mo Harkless, a rangy, explosive small forward in his 3rd season out of St. John's, has tremendous potential, I think, to be an outstanding two-way player. He's an active defender, and I think he's got a chance to be an elite defensive stopper before long.
Now here's Payton. Here's Gordon. The rebound by Johnson.
Couldn't convert, but nice little two-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
Wasted no time on that one. And the Raptors lead by 4.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And Harkless played the 4 in his 1 season in college. He's still young, developing his perimeter offensive game.
Yeah, last season I thought showed progress in his shooting from long range, still developing that three-point shot. He's also got to work on his free throw shooting, but you got to like his energy and his activity on the floor.
Now here's Patterson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Williams, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
You'd expect him to nail that one being that close to the hoop.
Oladipo misses. And so the first quarter wraps up without too much action on the scoreboard. The Raptors out in front. They score 11 straight to finish off the period. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment.
Coming up next Monday, November 17th, Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers. You don't want to miss it.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. Taking a look here at the Raptors' performance here, Clark and Steve. What have they been doing or not doing, in your opinion?
Just the start they wanted to this game. Solid offense. They got good ball movement. They established a nice rhythm.
Yeah, not stagnant at all. Free-flowing and fluid at the offensive end.
We've got Vasquez. Amir Johnson is out there with James Johnson. Then there's Lewis Williams. And it's Hansbrough in at the 5 down low. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Here is Vasquez. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia. And the shot is good from Johnson.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Well, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this lead.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Amir Johnson drafted straight out of high school back in 2005. Now in his 10th season in the NBA, and he's only entering his prime now.
And, you know, I'm all for young players going to college to develop, not only athletically, but socially and personally. But Amir Johnson is an example of a player who came straight out of high school, didn't play a whole lot at first, but has continued to work and has really rounded into a valuable player now.
Toronto with the ball, following the bucket by Orlando. Passes to Williams. Vasquez dishes to Williams. He feeds it to Johnson. Puts up the baby hook. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. Johnson's got the lead up to 8 now for the Raptors. And Amir Johnson, quietly one of the Raptors' best players. Steve, a very good player at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, he's a plus-minus stud for this team. He's a high-percentage scorer who also defends at a very high level. So this is a good two-way player.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Vasquez with it, guarded now by Harkless. Vasquez kicks to Williams. It's hauled in by Gordon. The Magic trail by 6. And here is Frank. Here's Harkless, and it's good. Harkless has got his first points of the night.
And Aaron Gordon out of Arizona, kind of a tweener between the 3 and the 4, 6'8", 220. Not much of a shooter, but a terrific athlete with a great motor. He has shown the potential to be a great defensive player.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Hansby. Ross comes in for Johnson. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Vasquez. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Williams. And Gordon brings some versatility defensively and offensively. Nice Clark footwork inside and underrated ball handle.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot of skills. I mean, he didn't shoot it that well either from the floor on the line, but he loved his motor, he loved his speed. You saw glimpses of his ability to make plays off the dribble.
Riddenauer's shot is off.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Outside Lowry. Goes up on the high post. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. And now it's a 9-point Raptor lead. The Magic have gotten 4 of the first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Riddenauer passes to Fournier. He kicks it to Riddenauer. Harris a screen on Lowry. 6 to shoot. Here's Riddenauer. Here's Vucevic. Shot is no good. Now Toronto takes it the other way. The drive by Lowry. It is now to Johnson. Now here's DeRozan. Defense is right there, and that one's good.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Gordon kicks to Vucevic, and they get it, and that one's good. Vucevic has got 12 points in the game.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
Well, they continue to find the open man and play unselfishly. This is true team basketball we're seeing.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid Payton has some very noticeable hair on the floor. He said the story behind it is as follows. Me and my teammates in high school agreed we wouldn't cut our hair the entire season until we won a state championship. We wound up losing in the semifinals, but I liked what it was doing and just let it keep growing and growing. Guys, will it ever end?
We'll see if it does. Thanks, Doris.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
Yeah, guys, and that's 10 of their last 12 points now coming off of assists.
Lowry with the ball, and it's Gordon picking him up. Lowry drives in. On the wing, DeRozan. It's stolen by Vucevic. Here's Fournier, now recovering, feeds it to Ridnour. Here's Fournier. Toronto grabs the miss.
Oh, they're now +5 in the rebound category, really controlling the glass.
And rebounding is one of those non-glamour stats. I mean, it takes work and effort and tenacity and physicality. But when you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation.
For three, Ross. And the foul called on Ben Gordon. That's foul number 2 for him. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Toronto. And the change for the Magic. Nicholson's checked in for Gordon. And it's Lowry penetrating. The wide open look here for DeRozan. And again, no good by Toronto. The Magic trail by 9. In the corner, it's Harris. Good. And the assist goes to Ridnour. Ridnour's got 6 assists here tonight.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here the last few possessions.
The Magic, Steve, a team that 6 years ago was playing in the NBA Finals, but a full-on rebuild is taking place in Orlando.
Yeah, the departure of Dwight Howard kind of set that process in motion, and now trying to build with young talent, being very patient, and they've put some good pieces in place. They've got to continue their strong work, though.
Now Harris, following the miss by Kyle Lowry from deep. Was on the wing. 9 points last game. Good.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
The Magic trail by 9.
And when you think about the Orlando Magic building patiently through the draft, kind of the Oklahoma City model, and the front office of the Magic run by people who worked in OKC and the Spurs organization before that. So they're not trying to take any shortcuts. They want to build this team right.
Valanciunas dishes to DeRozan, and he slams it one-handed.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage anyway. It was only with one hand, but he threw it down pretty hard.
Peyton, he's checked in for Luke Ridnour.
For the Magic, initially people thought they really got the short end of the stick in the Dwight Howard trade, but in hindsight, they did quite well. They've acquired some nice young pieces, some draft picks, and I think looking forward, the Magic are actually in a pretty good position.
Here's Lowry, following the bucket by Orlando. Ross kicks to Patterson. A 3-ball, and he gets the bucket. Patterson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Well, you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Peyton drives in, lays it up, and banks it in.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
Raptors leading by 10. Here's Lowry. That one goes. Count it. Lowry's got 10 points.
Well, here we go again. An open path to the hoop, an easy 2 points. Where is the defense?
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes here for the Raptors. Tyler Hansbrough checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Vasquez comes in for Ross. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Orlando also making some changes. Channing Frye's checked in for Vucevic. Reese Harkless comes in for Tobias Harris. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Evan Fournier. The Magic trail by 12. Peyton drives in. Another miss by Orlando.
Well, it's the edge they've had in that area on the glass that's played a big role in this game.
Yeah, they've got some strong guys, Steve. Guys that are strong and well put together, and they've used that strength to their advantage down low.
Now here's Peyton. Following the miss by Lewis Williams. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Offensive rebound, Nicholson. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Johnson outside. Fires the 3. And there's Williams. That's good on the assist by Johnson. And the Raptors lead by 13. Here's Oladipo. Shot no good. And that does it for the first half of play. Raptors lead by 13. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thanks, Kev. Coach Casey, you head into halftime with a bit of a cushion here. How do you keep up this intensity for the rest of the game?
Well, maintain the disposition. I think we got to have a tough mental disposition against this team because they're going to keep playing. They know how to play the physical game. We did a good job in that half. We've got to maintain that.
Coach, thank you for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency.
So on the floor for Orlando, Nicholson is the 4 with Vucevic at the 5. Fournier and Harris filling out the perimeter. And it's Ridnour in at the 1 spot. And it's Vucevic missing.
Nikola Vucevic, one of the best rebounders in the league at both ends of the floor, a rate that would put him top 10 over a full season.
Lowry from outside. Good! Lowry's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Raptors.
Well, this is what he does. Shooting it well, he's scoring a lot of their points, getting them in front.
Now, here's Ridnour. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Fournier passes to Harris. Dishes it to Ridnour. Just 5 on the clock. For 3, Fournier. Good. And the assist goes to Ridnour. Ridnour's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
How about that for a response?
They will say they can give the 3 as well as they can take the 3.
And DeRozan. Here we go. Shot's good. DeRozan's got 15.
Well, it's kind of been the story here today, hasn't it, Clark?
The Magic trail by 15. Pass to Fournier. To the left wing. Pulls up from the corner. Nicholson with the bucket. He's got 10. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. And it's Lowry penetrating. Kicks it to Valanciunas. Trying to get open is Johnson. Valanciunas, good. And the Raptors lead by 15.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Here's Fournier. He has 5.
Evan Fournier out of France struggled with his shot early last season, but he rallied somewhat down the stretch. Still very young with an impressive skill set. He's definitely a player to watch.
And you talk about Fournier's skill level. I mean, pretty crafty penetrating and finishing around the rim, and he's also been a good three-point shooter in the NBA from day one.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And Steve Fournier doesn't separate himself with his athleticism, but he can be elusive.
Well, he understands, has been using angles to get inside. I think that speaks to his ball handling and offensive instincts. You know, he can be very fun to watch.
Now here's Ross. Here's Valanciunas. Nicholson grabs the board. DeRozan against Ridnour. Pass to Vucevic. Ridnour against DeRozan. Fournier dishes to Nicholson. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Drops one in from the wing. Harris has got 8 points.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Lowry kicks to Johnson. Harris outside. It's stolen by DeRozan. And oh, here we go. Lowry's got the fast break chance. And finished off by DeRozan.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
Now here's DeRozan. 17 points in the game, and he gets the bucket. DeRozan's got 20 points.
And after that last game, Clark, I'm not surprised to see him so hot. He's got it rolling right now.
Ridnour passes to Fournier. Nicholson dishes to Ridnour. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
He kind of threaded the needle with that pass into the paint.
Raptors leading by 12. Lowry drives in. Trying to get open is Johnson. A shot by Lowry, no good. Magic have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Ridnour kicks to Harris. Six on the shot clock. That's good. Harris has got 4 points in the quarter. Toronto's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Lowry passes to Johnson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 4 assists in the game. The Magic trail by 12. Ridnour dishes to Fournier. Here's Nicholson, and that one's good. Nicholson's got 12 points in the game. Toronto's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight, 50% exactly. Although the season record wasn't the best for the Magic, they were pleased with the leadership they had in place.
Yeah, they extended the coach even after a down year, and that sat well with both the players and the staff. Confidence in
Shot far.
Yeah.
Now here is Lowry, following the miss by DeRozan.
Well, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Orlando, they've gotten nearly everything to drop this quarter. They're 7 of 8 from the floor since halftime.
And to add on about the Magic, they seem to have realized that in order to grow a team, you need to have a bit of stability in place. Changing coaches every few years is detrimental.
Some changes for Toronto. Patterson, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Johnson comes in for Johnson. And it's Vasquez in for Terrence Ross. Orlando also making some changes. Channing Frye's checked in for Vucevic. Gordon comes in for Andrew Nicholson. And it's Oladipo in for Evan Fournier. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, over the break, I listened in on Jacques Vaughn's huddle. He told his guys, when we've got the ball, let's take it right into the teeth of the defense. Attacking the basket is going to be their MO. He also wants his players putting pressure on the defense with early offense. Lots of shots and an aggressive approach in general whenever they've got the ball. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
All right, Doris, the Raptors.
Oh, ridiculous. Tore it down that time.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying, Clark, to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Well, you know what the questions are about now. It's their defense, that's for sure.
It's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. Six to shoot. Now here's Oladipo, guarded by Vasquez.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
Yep, they have not let their guard down one bit in the paint.
Frye with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up. Right side Gordon, and they double up Gordon. Here's Harkless. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Vasquez has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. There's the feed to Williams. The pass to Vasquez. Johnson kicks to DeRozan. Back to Johnson. Here's Vasquez. That's blocked. And he recovers it over Payton. And there are the Raptors with another bucket. The Magic trail by 16. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Outside Gordon. Back to Payton. And Fry has it in the corner. Shot clock at 5. The Magic again can't hit.
Elfrid Payton out of the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, which normally is not a feeder school for the NBA. He didn't get the same level of exposure as some of his contemporaries got, but his size and athleticism at the point guard spot is really hard to ignore. He's one of the real sleepers in this year's draft, and as I like to say, it doesn't make any difference where you play. If you have game, it will travel.
Now here's Williams. Tries from 10. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Williams has got 5 points so far.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
No, you got to make a defensive adjustment here, Clark. Time to collapse inside, force the ball back out in the perimeter, make them beat you from long range.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
And the basket by Payton. Here's Vasquez. 7 points in the game. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Toronto working the ball around now. That's good. 8 points for Lou Williams. The Magic trail by 21. Payton outside. He dishes it to Harkless. Back to Payton. And there's the call on Lewis Williams. Seven seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Oladipo. The 10-footer finds the target.
I like the way they're working the ball inside because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots and typically good things happen.
Here's Williams. Shot is off. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. The Raptors out in front as they end the third quarter on a 15-6 run. And coming up as soon as we return.
The NBA season blasts off. Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls take on Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors. Live this Thursday night.
And our State Farm assist of the game replay. Great offensive play. 1 of 8 assists on the night that we've seen from Ridnour.
And you got to love that play, guys, but it's been one after another for him all game long. He just has that uncanny awareness of where his teammates are on the court all the time.
Ross and Johnson there, the forwards. Lowry out there with Vasquez. And it's Hansbrough in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Harris misses. Raptors leading by 19. Here's Ross. Orlando grabs the miss. Vucevic has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Ridnour kicks to Harris. Here's Nicholson, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Took him no time at all on that one. And that's now 17 points for Kyle Lowry. There's the screen. Here's Ridnour. Harris passes to Gordon. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Tyler Hansbrough. Time to change for the Magic. Fournier is checked in. Ridnour against Lowry. Ridnour dishes to Vucevic. Passes it to Ridnour. And Vucevic kicks to Fournier. And it's Harris off the drive. A well-timed shot fake got the defender off the ground right there.
And it was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Lowry passes to Valanciunas. Lowry kicks to Ross. No good. So Orlando will take it the other way. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour.
Tell you, I'm anxious to see what ends up happening with that Knicks game. Should be a good one.
And that one's good. Nicholson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
It's a great formula, and it's really a sign that the offense is clicking.
Here's Vasquez. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. And the Raptors lead by 18.
There's been a huge discrepancy between these teams in their effectiveness from the three-point line.
Then you really notice it at that end of the floor where they continue to get open looks and knock them down.
And the basket by Harris.
This is great. Three-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
The drive by Lowry. Kicks it out to Vasquez. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And his confidence has come back since halftime after really a rough first 2 quarters.
Ridnour dishes to Nicholson. And again, it's Orlando converting.
Not sure how he got that pass off. I thought for sure he was going to take the shot.
Toronto calls timeout. Well, since the turn of the century, guys, the Western Conference has ruled the roost, winning interconference matchups in 14 out of the last 15 seasons. To Steve, last season, the highest ever win percentage for the West at over 72%.
Yeah, and 8 of the league's top 10 teams played in the West record-wise. It may be time to take a fresh look at a top 16 playoff structure.
They have got to put a body on it, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
That's good from Harris on the assist from Luke Ridnour. Harris has got 11 points here in just the second half. Raptors leading by 16.
And last season, the 7th and 8th seed in the East made the playoffs with worse record than the 9th and 10th seeded teams in the West. Sure, the conference playoff structure reduces travel, but in the age of chartered flights, you could argue longer traveling distances are much less of a concern. And I would say amen to that.
The defense sagged off, and, he did not hesitate to rise up and bury that three.
Now the dish to Ross. Beyond the arc. Orlando grabs the miss. Vucevic has got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And he gets it to go.
And guys, I think the biggest advantage to a so-called top 16 playoff seeding is that it would possibly make for a more competitive finals. It's a playoff series that garners international attention anyway. You want to make sure that the last 2 teams standing are truly the best in the NBA. Well, I love it. He gets there first, absorbs the contact. Nice play defensively.
No flop there. He took that one right in the chest.
DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for the Raptors. Harris passes to Nicholson. He feeds it to Fournier. He kicks it to Harris. Clock at 6. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Tobias Harris, a combo forward, originally drafted by the Bucks out of Tennessee. I love his game. He does a little bit of everything and does it all well. He can handle. He shoots it a bit from outside. Not sure what his best position is going forward, but he's a quality player.
Now here's DeRozan. He's tightly guarded. The Magic trailed by 11. It's stolen by DeRozan. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Lowry against Ridnour. Harris up top. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Man, he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Raptors. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying hard to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Well, you know what the questions are about now. It's their defense, that's for sure.
The drive by Lowry. Here's Johnson, and it's Orlando with the rebound. Here's Fournier, feeds it to Ridnour. Plenty of space. DeRozan with the rebound.
An easy look there, but, you know, he misses those once in a while.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow, just like he got there.
Lowry against Ridnour. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Unloads from 9. Can't get it to go. And Orlando will come the other way. Ridnour dishes to Harris. Comes up empty down low. Raptors leading by 9. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 8 now on the night. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yes, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Jacques Vaughn said to the team. He told his guys, it's time to turn it up a little and try to make a push. We've worked too hard to come away empty-handed. Let's put this thing away. Kevin, we'll see if they can get it done.
Out to DeRozan. Back to Lowry. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Lowry's got 21.
Wow, such a steady hand. He's the one responsible for getting them this late lead.
Can't argue with that at all, Steve. His shooting percentage has been off the charts.
Ridnour passes to Vucevic. DeRozan with the rebound. DeRozan's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Ross, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
Ridnour against Lowry. Lowry with the block.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
DeRozan.
What a huge play. Well, this is going to end in a lopsided victory, obviously. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness and the ability to close. You really have to give it up for the Raptors.
2 great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little bit harder tonight. That was the edge that was needed.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And talk about applying pressure to an opponent. Tonight's win will move their record to 2-0 in the season series with 2 more games left to play on their year against the Magic.
Fantastic show put on. What an amazing game all around it was for Kyle Lowry. Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected energy into every play that was made out there. A serious game-clinching run. They've taken off here. Impressive.
No backing off. What a surge at the right time.
And the basket by Gordon. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, I agree. Got to use some clock here.
Payton against Williams. DeRozan dishes to Hayes. Back to DeRozan. Kicks it out to Johnson. Clock at 6. Nobody near Williams. Outside DeRozan. Dishes to Johnson. Williams kicks to DeRozan. Back to Williams. There's the 3. And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Williams. 32 points for DeMar DeRozan. Here's Payton. Fires from 18. And there are the Magic with another bucket.
Well, their offense has kicked into gear, but it seems to have arrived a little bit too late.
And as a coach, that can really be frustrating. I mean, your guys were stumbling along for most of the game, and now, when it's basically over, they finally decide to come alive.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Kyle, congratulations on this win. Tell us what the team's objective was tonight that most helped in getting this victory.
Everybody played. We all played together. We stayed, aggressive and stayed the course of the game.
Cohesiveness and aggressiveness, a pretty good combination. Thanks for the time, Kyle. Guys?
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMar DeRozan.